Hello. I'll go off.
Really? Put the dick. Really? I'm about to hurt you.
I should call her. Oh, Flappy Bird. Yeah, I don't think that's working.
She's... Oh!
He tried to be the hero.
Are you alright? Does it sting? Does it sting?
Oh no.
I get it, the sting word, sting.
Yeah.
Indian couple sells their baby to buy iPhone 14 for making reels. This is as dystopian as it gets. Trading a whole baby for a cell phone so that you can post memes online in hopes of making money. A life apparently is worth an iPhone and an Instagram account. I wonder if this was an easy decision made by these parents. I wonder how long they thought about this decision, how long they ruminated on this potential transaction. Because I can't think of any reasonable parent that would do this, that would sacrifice their child for the opportunity to earn a couple of bucks on the internet. Whenever I post about self-harm, I get these weirdos in my DMs. Hey, would you like to make a video for me for $250 in PayPal? What? Yeah, like a striptease and a self-harm video for a total of $300. Seek Jesus. Someone else's mental health struggles shouldn't be your fetish. I wouldn't expect anything else from Reddit DMs. I have yet to come across a single wholesome screenshot. For whatever reason, Reddit's chat feature is exclusively used by perverts and deplorables. I couldn't imagine receiving messages like this on my phone. Messages from a creep who wants me to not only strip for them, but to also harm myself for them for $300. And what really gets me is the gall of this guy to think that raising his offer by 50 bucks was really going to encourage this person to cut themselves and strip for him. Meanwhile, in the UK, men who set up illegal streaming of Premier League matches jailed for 30 years. Jesus. That's serious. Yeah, you can't do that. Copyright infringement is a serious thing. They didn't have the license to stream that. But hey, you committed a crime, and you need to be held accountable for said crime. 30 years seems like a bit much, but hey, at least they're being sent to jail. At least there's a little bit of justice there. I wonder if that same standard of super strict justice is applied to all crimes. Oop, looks like I spoke too soon. Man jailed for just 3 years for a 12-year-old girl in a park. A man has been sentenced to just 3 years in prison after he essayed a girl in a park, leaving his victim suffering serious and ongoing effects from her experience. 3 years for violent assault against a minor, but 30 years if you pirate a soccer game. What the fuck is going on in the United Kingdom, bro? And this is not an isolated event. For whatever reason, when it comes to serious crimes in the United Kingdom and in the United States, there's inconsistent ruling. For whatever reason, a serious act like this can get you either 3 years in prison or a lifetime in prison. And the only thing that seems to consistently guide that decision is whether or not you have a great lawyer or whether or not the judge thinks you'll reoffend. Something is fundamentally broken here. While this monster is in prison, that little girl still didn't receive justice. Why is this man breathing? This man should be dead for what he's done. And he's gonna be out in 3 years? What? This jar of my aged what? Huh? That I was planning to drink at the 1 year mark. Okay, that's what? But it appears to have gone nasty. There's also hair on the lid of the jar. What should I do with it? Throw it away? Is it toxic? Am I a little saddened? You were doing what with your aged urine? You were drinking it and you're upset because it's spoiled? I didn't know that urine could spoil. I mean, sure, I guess it can break down. You know, I wish the paragraph was the worst part of this post. There's a photo. I'm not showing y'all. I'm not showing you that. I can't. I would lose my channel. It's that gross. It looks like spoiled coffee. Like, it's so dark, it looks like coffee and Coca-Cola mixed together with a ring of like, tan crust and goo. Ugh. A subhuman in Iowa assaulted a dog in a store parking lot and is facing charges. A 3-year-old boxer. A fucking store parking lot. I couldn't be a cop, man. I couldn't do it. If I encountered someone like this, I would lose my job that day. I would I would be violent in ways hereto undreamt of. I really wonder how police officers can control themselves, man, because I wouldn't be able to. This person is subhuman, and whatever violence happens to them after people find out about what they did is completely permissible. I'm reading more of this story, man. I'm reading more of what's on the paper, and it's just getting worse. It's the worst type of cope. It's this person's worst attempt at trying to justify of a innocent creature. A dog that loves you unconditionally. So what did you do? You turned that dog into a plaything, and now you're afraid of jail time? You're trying to justify your actions to reasonable people? This person really expects people to understand their actions and, feel sympathy for them, give them mercy. Nah, the only thing that this fucking monster should expect is an angry mob appearing at his court hearing and wrapping his degenerate ass around a fucking breaking wheel. Depression is a choice. It isn't genetic, and it isn't caused by food or media. You either stop feeling sorry for yourself, cold turkey, or you find ways to explain and justify your decision of feeling low. It's crazy what anonymity and a username will do to a motherfucker. This idiot is really out here saying the world's most ignorant stuff. And for what? To make fun of depressed people? To make these people feel even worse about themselves? Is that your mission? Is that your motive? Is that your imperative? Is that what you want to fucking do? Because really, nothing else makes sense. You really could have just kept this statement in your hollow ass head, but instead you chose to vocalize your criminal retardation. Anonymous cyberbully who harassed teen for over a year revealed to be her mother. Why? What was the end game? What was the lesson? What were you trying to do? Do you just despise your daughter? Do you go out of your way to make sure her life sucks? Make it make sense. Answer the question. And while you formulate that question, I'm gonna need you to give me full eye contact. For whatever reason, I feel like you're having a hard time looking at me. You ever go out of your way to ruin priceless art for your pointless political activism?
Situationen är akut. Pandemin var ingenting jämfört med klimatkollapsen. Det som kommer kan vi inte ens föreställa oss. Barn och äldre dör först. Sirener kommer ljuda oavbrutet, men ingen kommer hinna fram i tid. Förbjud torvbrytningen och återställ de jävla våtmarkerna.
Vår hälsa är hotad. Själva grunden till hälsa är hotad.
Som sjuksköterska kommer inte att kunna ge er någon trygghet. Vi kommer också drabbas av svält, vattenbrist, konflikter. Det kommer bara bli värre ju längre tid vi väntar. Vad väntar vi på? Förbjud torvbrytning. Återställ våtmarker.
Man nabbed for Bronx. Allegedly she deserved it for slavery. Where do I even fucking start with this one? You're just a deplorable racist looking for a reason to justify your horrible crime. You assaulted a woman for something that she didn't do and for something that you didn't fucking experience. This is unbelievable. I have never thought that someone would actually do something like this. This is just depraved. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to debate. There's nothing to think about. The only thing that needs to be fucking done is a public execution. You need to fucking go today. Today! Man charged with setting fire to grandmother's home with dogs inside. I don't know how it's possible, but somehow each post is getting more and more terrible. Fortunately though, I'm not as confused as to why this person set his grandmother on fire and those poor dogs on fire. I think it's kind of obvious why this guy set that house on fire. He's insane. Look at him. There's the evidence, Your Honor. You see his sideburns? Yeah, he's guilty. Throw him under the prison. Two win lifelong anonymity from being named after telling courts they might kill themselves if the public knew their crimes, and police could even be blocked from identifying them if asked. This is pretty common in the United Kingdom. You are allowed to argue for anonymity after you receive your jail time if there's a literal credible threat against your life, whether that be an angry mob or maybe you might kill yourself if someone found out about what you did. Personally, I disagree with that. I like the American model. No anonymity and no protection. Even if you do get 3 years for being a you're gonna have to survive those 3 years inside of prison. And if you are fortunate enough to survive those 3 years without getting stabbed in the showers, you are almost certainly going to be lynched the moment you leave the prison. I don't know why that system isn't in place in the United Kingdom, but you guys need to update. You guys need to get on that stuff, because this is ridiculous. This next clip shows a bunch of kids rioting inside of a McDonald's and then stealing the cash register.
Not even see. Oh, they taking the register. Let go. I got the register. I took the register. This nigga took the register. He stole the cash register. He stole the cash.
Yeah. This is the tip of the iceberg when it comes to some of the most deplorable subreddits that you can find on the website. I promise you, this is not the worst of them. This is the fucking tip of the iceberg. This subreddit in particular is a mix of roleplay and genuine stories of incest and assault. These 3 posts are the tamest of the subreddit, and it's still public. It's still live, and that will always bother me. It's crazy how Reddit, the website as a whole, brags about its utility, how you can find a solution to any problem, and the site brags on the fact that it has pretty good moderation, and that most of the subreddits aren't just completely deplorable. Yet subreddits like these never get taken down. Who does this subreddit help other than perverts? Make it make sense. How can this website talk about its progressivism, talk about its high moderation, talk about its high utility when it has subreddits dedicated to roleplay and stories? I'm going to need someone to explain it to me, because right now I'm having a very, very hard time understanding how something like this can be still public.
BLM activist ruined white University of Virginia student's reputation over misheard remark, report.
You heard right, folks. All it takes is somebody allegedly hearing you say a slur for you to get kicked out of university and have your reputation ruined forever. This was a very big story a few months back, and I followed it all the way to the end. And it was just disappointing. It was disappointing to hear that it's so easy for someone to lose their reputation over one spurious claim. And the saddest thing about all of it was that the white woman never received an apology. She didn't become a student again. She didn't get her reputation repaired. She didn't even receive an apology. The only thing that she got out of all of this is that the record was corrected. That's her justice. News organizations saying, oh, our bad. Yeah, we shouldn't have just believed this woman, without any evidence. Yeah, that was our bad. That's it. Nothing.
What's up, son? I'm recording now. Hey, look, tell me what you just told me, all right?
Mom cooked her new boyfriend a steak and gave me dry cereal without milk.
That don't make no freaking sense. First off, it's too late for you to even be eating cereal, but show me the cereal. Show me the cereal. Look at this, y'all. Look, no milk. That don't make no freaking sense. And she gonna make her whole boyfriend a steak. Put your mom on the phone.
Okay.
Show mom on the phone, man.
I want to talk to you.
That's crazy, dog. I promise you.
Sarah don't want to talk to you.
I bet she don't want to talk to me. I bet she don't want to talk to me because she knows she wrong. She bogus. I promise you, son. If I could bring some food, I would, but I can't. I can't come into the house, but I promise you, I'm fighting for you, okay?
Okay.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
Berlin's Benin bronze return a fiasco as artifacts vanish.
A group of Benin bronzes that Germany handed back to Nigeria have vanished into a private collection instead of being exhibited in a museum as promised. That's frustrating. Imagine not being able to trust your own government with your own cultural heritage. And people seriously wonder why the British Museum won't return artifacts to their homelands. Most nations have incredibly unstable governments, and if those governments received, a sarcophagus, how long do you think it'll take for that sarcophagus to appear on eBay? I feel sorry for second and third world nations that just won't have their antiquities because their very own governments can't be trusted with them. That is just deplorable and sad. Feel how you want to feel about the British Museum and how those antiquities were acquired, but you have to admit that most people would rather the British government have those antiquities for the whole world to enjoy and learn from, rather than those antiquities being returned to governments that will absolutely sell them to the highest bidder. Lesbian couple who beat their 5-year-old son with a hammer, duct taped his eyes shut, and kicked him in the groin in a brutal attack that caused him to suffer 2 strokes are jailed for 20 years. What could encourage someone to do that to a 5-year-old? Nothing. Nothing. There's no reason for that type of behavior other than hatred. You wanted to cause him harm for the sake of doing harm. There was probably no reason to their actions other than just pure fucking malice. 20 years in prison. That's not enough. That's not enough in my opinion. No, because you're gonna still be alive when you get out. You might be elderly, but you're gonna be breathing. These 2 women have proven to the world that there is no reason for them to be alive or have any sort of sensible lives after this act. You need to either live in prison or be buried under it.
Do you guys remember this case in New York in February of the nurse caught on video slamming the 2-day-old NICU patient down in the crib? The father caught it on video. The Board of Nursing concluded its investigation and they did not take any action against the nurse's license because it, quote, did not constitute professional misconduct. They did go on to say that it involves simple negligence but not gross negligence.
Army veteran is driven to suicide by girlfriend and mother of his child after she sent him heinous text messages and a video of her having sex with another man, prosecutors say. Mandy, 35, of Greensburg, 30 miles east of Pittsburgh, is accused of aiding the suicide of her one-time boyfriend, Kevin Metzger. Metzger's suicide note, as well as his postings on his Facebook page, detailed the turmoil that he was allegedly put through by Mandy. Prosecutors called the messages she sent Metzger heinous and graphic. Mandy said that she was planning to move in with another man, and that man would become their daughter's new father, and that Metzger would no longer be a part of her life. I couldn't imagine how the daughter feels about all of this. Not only did you lose your biological father, but then you lost your mother too. Now don't get me wrong, the mother deserves to be in prison, but now this kid doesn't have parents. All because the mother, Mandy, wanted to be evil, wanted to torment her ex to such an extreme extent that he was motivated to take his own life. How does a child recover from something like that? Who does this child go to? I wonder if the new boyfriend is going to step up and take care of this child, but if that's not the case, this kid's going straight into the foster system. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't care. Look at her face. She looks fucking insane. Alright, so this video's been awful so far, and to end today's video, I have one last post for you, and I think it might put a smile on your face. Dad who made friend who his daughter dig his own grave and kill himself is released from prison. Let's go! I hope your stay in prison wasn't too long, my man. I hope it was a little bit comfortable for you, but now that you're out, drinks on me. Drinks on me. Because in all seriousness, what he did really wasn't a crime in my opinion. It was a service. This dude's doing something that the justice system somehow fails to do every single fucking day. So, all I'm saying is it was a little bit of a disservice to throw him in jail. If anything, we should be throwing him a parade. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ailurus, aka Panda Daddy, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, let me know in the comments down below and leave a like if you liked the video. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, fam. What you doing watching videos and not subscribing? And if you're old, make sure to hit that bell so you can get these notifications every time. Go ahead and check out the community tab because there's another content poll for next week. So if you want to put in your 2 cents, if you want to have control over the future, go ahead and take a look at that poll and vote on the video that you want to see. And as always, we gotta thank the Patreon supporters that make content like this possible. A big thank you to Toasty Comfy Ghosty, Ironic PFP, Mike, My Zoom, Damspool, Sleepy Dragon, Ducky Aiden Loves Ailurus, Power Lover, Sherry Morrison, Tron Destroy 23, Fitz Chivalry, Din Corda, Code Connor Purvis, S16, Squish, Rare Days, Mr. Bean, My Golden Experience, James Tucker, BMX30, Cinnamon Sticks, Scott, The Fake Musician, Buckethead, Samantha Bellhart, Zach F, Bloody Hunter, Dunder Nats Hawk, Swiss Patreon user, and Noah. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to help support the channel, there's 2 links in the description, one in my merch store and one in my Patreon. Both funds go directly into the channel so we can maintain what's happening here. And as always, stay zesty. shit, look at that. Your boy just turned 22. Your boy just turned 22. Time to celebrate. Time to celebrate. Ooh,